we can make. I know that we can. I know darn well we can work it out. Yes, we can. I know we can. Yes, we can.
The President of the United States is here. The Oval Office.
Yeah, I hope that's Sasha.
Yes.
Otherwise, there's been a breach of security that we did not know about.
Gee, I have no idea who that is. This looks like...
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
This was...
Screening room.
Screening room, 3D. I'm trying to remember... It was one of the kids' movies. I don't remember... Well, you guys know. What?
Up?
Up. It was Up.
It was Up? Yeah.
Thank you. I think that's what it was.
Well, how much of the budget went on those 3D glasses? Now this is, this picture just screams picnic to me.
We're having a wonderful time.
Yeah. No potato salad. And here we go. This is what we like to see.
There you go. That's me and
you
Bo.
And Bo.
Yeah. Look at that.
I was looking at your itinerary for the day, and the activities and the stops and the visits, and considering your day yesterday, it just makes me dizzy. When you wake up on a day like this, is this something you relish, or is it something you say, oh, for heaven's sakes, I got to go see Letterman?
That was unexpected, seeing that appear on the schedule. Yeah. I was, well, that's one of those where, you know, you ask your advisors, who's responsible for this?
Yes, exactly right.
And everybody kind of looks down, and they pull out their BlackBerries.
But I will say that
nobody's accountable.
When you were here during the campaign, we said, when you're elected, please come back and see us.
You
so
did.
I appreciate you honoring that. And you're going to the... be at the UN? Is it tomorrow? The opening of the UN?
The opening of the UN begins, and we are going to have a lot of activities taking place. World leaders from all around the world come. And I know traffic is bad for New Yorkers, so I apologize in advance for that. And then we have a G20, which is 20 of the largest economies will meet in Pittsburgh to follow up on some meetings that we've had over the course of the year to make sure that all the economies are working in concert to get global growth back on track.
And how is the economy?
It is improving. We've seen some stabilizing. The financial markets aren't in meltdown. You've actually seen an uptick in investment, and even manufacturing, which had been really getting battered, has started to improve. But we are not out of the woods yet. Things are still fragile. Most economists think that we'll start growing this quarter for the first time, but the problem that we've got, the biggest problem that we have right now, is that employment lags. So even when businesses start to invest, they don't start hiring people back right away, and obviously folks are going through incredible hardship because of that loss of employment. That means that the housing market's still weaker. It means that people are still having a tough time paying their bills.
Now, when we see that the recession might be ending a bit or modifying, and yet there's still 15 million people out of work in this country.
Exactly.
And as you say, they don't hire back immediately. Will these people be hired back at their old jobs, or will they be hired back to new jobs, or a combination of both?
Well, even when the economy is going well, one of the great things about the U.S. economy is it's dynamic, and so people are starting their own businesses, they're moving to better jobs, they're deciding to move to another state in search of new opportunities. So there's always turnover in terms of employment. The problem right now is we lost so many jobs over the last year and a half. I mean, when I came into office, we were losing 700,000 jobs a month. And what ends up happening then is that trying to make up for all those losses over the last year, that's going to take some time. We're going to have to grow at a much faster clip, and the single most important task for my administration and my economic advisors is how do we make sure that we put people back to work? Now, there's some areas like, for example, clean energy that has huge potential. Every building all across the United States probably can use some retrofitting to make it much more energy efficient. Doing that one thing could put hundreds of thousands of people back to work, and that's why we've emphasized so much things like clean energy.
We're guilty of that here. We have this enormous air conditioning system that could be replaced somehow.
Yeah. But are you guys cold, by the way?
we don't want the produce to go bad. But when you were seeking the office, did you have any idea that somewhere across your desk would be the information that 700,000 jobs a month were disappearing?
Not until I'd gotten the job, and then suddenly,
Boy.
they give you an envelope and say, congratulations. No, I mean, I think that nobody realized up until Lehman Brothers collapsed last year that things could crash as badly as they could have. I won't say nobody realized it. There were some who were farsighted and recognized that the bubble was about to pop. But even before the crisis, I think what we knew was that not enough good paying jobs were being produced, that the economy was growing at a real fast clip for people at the top 1%, but the other 99%, their wages and incomes were basically flat. And so part of what we have to do is not just recover the economy, but we've also got to put it on a firmer footing where ordinary folks are able to see their incomes improve, that they're able to send their kids to college, that they can make their house payments and their car payments. And that is something that over the last decade you've seen the economy not do. It's been a bubble economy that's good for the very wealthy, but not so good for ordinary people.
And the stimulus, you're satisfied at the level and degree that the stimulation has worked?
Well, what we know is that if it hadn't been for the stimulus, you probably would have seen an additional, say, 1.5 million jobs to 2 million jobs lost, or possibly even worse. So it's definitely worked as a tourniquet to stop the bleeding. Now, the next phase is to make sure that as we're rebuilding roads and bridges and hospitals and schools, as we're rebuilding and setting up a smart grid so that our electricity travels better, setting up broadband lines so that the internet is penetrating more of the country, that all those things that we do now start putting us on the path of long-term sustained growth. And that's going to take some time. The one thing that I try to make sure the American people understand is that it took us years to get into the hole that we're in. We took a bad hit. We lost $5 trillion worth of wealth because of this crisis. We're not going to recover overnight. Unemployment is still going to be a big problem for at least another year. And if we are steady, we stay the course, we do what we need to do, then I'm confident that over time we're going to come back stronger than before.
Stronger than before?
Stronger than before.
All right, good enough. We'll be right back with the president, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, Jim. Come on, Jim.